Okay, what would you need to make that inevitable? The same thinking has got to go into play when you're talking about your dreams for debt freedom or your dreams for getting out of your job or whatever your dreams might be. What would it take to make it inevitable? And if you're not certain what I'm saying with that word inevitable, it means how do you make it so that the dream must happen? Must happen. Not it might, not I'm planning on it, but if I do these steps, whatever, 1 through 5, 1 through 500, these steps, if I complete these steps, I am guaranteed to have my dream. And then, my friends, you'll have it. So, probably not what you were expecting. But again, we need to spend more time focusing on what we need. What's it going to take to get me where I want to go? How am I going to make that inevitable? Now, let me get to some of these questions. Okay, Rob, he says, question for long term. Could you do a video where you actively manage a position in a whipsaw situation? My trades are getting better, but I could do better at managing open positions once the market starts to whip around. I actually touched on this a little bit, but let me make it a bit clearer. Wow, talk about some bad data. There we go. Okay, so the trade video comes out last night. The long is somewhere in here, and let's say you get stopped out. One of the things that you can do to manage a position is, again, keeping your eye on where you think the market's going to go. And if you remember from last night, I was talking about potential targets. The reason why I talk about potential targets, like up here or over here, in other words, keeping my eye on the big move, is it helps me to focus when I get into a trade and then get stopped right out. And then I can think, and I can stop and say, okay, I got stopped out, but is the market still moving in the overall direction? So if I get stopped out, say right here, if the market breaks above that point, well, you know what? I bet you there's still momentum. Right? That's one way of looking at it. There's really no magic formula, Rob. Okay, at some level, we're always going to have to deal with the reality of getting whipsawed, right? And what that means is we come in the market, we have this opinion, and we say, okay, I'm going to go long above this line because I think the market's going to move up. And the market moves up just a little bit, and then we get stopped out. And we traditionally call that a whipsaw. Well, that's just the way the market can go sometimes. What we have to do is remember to stop and look at what the market is doing. Okay? Meaning, is the market following through? Take a look at the advanced trading tactics, where I talk about the follow-through in the marketplace. So is the market continuing to break through support? So we have a support here. The market closes below it, and then you get this really small kind of doji bar, and then boom, the market goes right back up. Well, that's when we've got to think, well, momentum looks like it's still there to the upside. So the key to managing an open position is keeping your eye on the target and being able to take a step back, if you will, from the market and not get sucked into, the last trade and focused on the last loss. Okay.